But what was a major use case, like for example, in your entire journey in any consumer space, you
Mhm.
might have seen a very good use case of AI playing a very good role in the consumer distribution, or
Yep.
suppose predicting the
Yeah.
any particular product,
Yeah.
or analyzing that whether this will work or this will not work. What are the major use cases?
So if you see, FMCG in India is very different than FMCG across the globe.
Correct.
For the obvious reasons that we still sell most of the FMCG products at a retail outlet, versus in US where you will end up going to a Walmart or a Best Buy or somewhere else. Correct. Now, in India, FMCG is fairly distributive in nature, and general trade commands the biggest chunk of FMCG. So one thing which AI, in my view, the single biggest impact of AI is being able to, I spoke about this a couple of minutes back, right product at the right place, at the right time, at the right price. That's the ultimate mantra of success of any FMCG product. Now, AI has been used extensively to figure out how to make a product available at an outlet on a shelf at the right time of demand, when the consumer is there and wanting to look for your product on the shelf, and being able to do it on a consistent basis time and again, so that your business is able to make money out of it. So ultimately, to plan what to be sold in an outlet and ensuring visibility of your product on the outlet uh, is very important, right? And there are multiple tech elements to it. For example, one of the tech thing which Unilever used significantly was, you enable the retail salesperson to go and pick a pick off the shelf, and it starts giving you analysis on how you have been doing versus the availability requirements here, what you should be putting on the shelf versus what you otherwise are actually doing it. Is your overall share of shelf increasing or decreasing versus last month, last week, or whatever your benchmark could be, so and so forth. And just these information on the fingertips of a sales guy in an outlet, on the retailer store or a bigger store, is gold. I mean, these things, imagine if were not available, you would leave it to an individual's capacity to be able to drive that selling conversation. Now, this information, when made available to somebody who's selling on the ground, if it's done on a consistent basis, if it's done on a reliable basis, is what is ultimate engine for growth for FMCG.
But there's another problem which I have seen. There's so many brands which has good product, but they end up deciding very poorly in terms of in which due to data decision making power also.
Correct.
कि they're not utilizing the data very well.
Yeah.
That कि यहाँ पर ये बिक सकता है, यहाँ पर ये नहीं बिकेगा.
Yeah.
Which I have seen personally. कि if I went to some city, I'm not finding this particular product.
Yeah.
But they need to understand कि these people might migrate, these people might go there, and this is come global. This is entire pan India level product.
Correct.
What makes someone, and that mainly this is a team of data analytics people or the technology people in any larger FMCG brand, that they're not using the data properly?
See, now the world is very different, right? You pick up 10 years back, little or rather limited companies had the maturity and the setup to leverage data analytics well. So the ones who did moved ahead the curve. Aajkal mein, you will still not find any company which is not leveraging it well. Now it has come to how do you leverage it to the next level of competitive advantage. Correct? So the companies which are succeeding are the ones which have been able to put a proper thinking to the data layer, proper thinking to the insights they want to generate. And this does not come overnight. It would come from years of data, years of discipline on the data quality, years of discipline on the consumption of that data analytics product by a end user who's not the techie guy. I mean, ultimately, your aim is to enable data in the hands of somebody who has traditionally been not so used to using apps and systems and things like that. So you have to make it very simple for them. The companies which are winning are the ones which are able to do it as a strategic thing versus operating an analytics tool or data tool like a alternate for Excel. As long as you treat it like another Excel, you are bound to have bottlenecks and at some point start struggling. As long as you treat it like a strategic knowledge competitive advantage, you will end up building products which people are able to ultimately use it. That's the key difference. But see, from here on, things will be very different. Today, you would not see any company which is reasonable bigger of in India not having a analytics capability.
Correct.
Now it comes down to how well they are able to adopt it, how well they are able to improvise it, and how well they are able to leverage AI for finding insights which they don't even know exist. So I think that is the next big shift in the analytics space for